So the other day, I released a video of me shooting for over 2 minutes straight. It was a totally silent video, just meant to demonstrate something unreal. And we explained that in the stream where we figured everything out, but I wanted to make a separate video talking about exactly what was actually happening there. So there's actually a lot of interesting math that goes into it. Let's start with the actual weapon used. So we use the Mercury LMG, which I'm going to actually test on the fly here. So we use the Mercury LMG because it has 4 mag size perks. And yeah, confirming with the hacksaw here, I was just curious. It is, as far as I'm aware, the only weapon that can have 4 mag size perks. If you guys know of any other weapons that can do this, link me below or tell me in the comments. I want to know it. The reason this is so important is, well, pretty obvious. If you're trying to shoot for as long as possible, you need to use all 4 mag size perks. Now, before I get into that, I need to be very, very careful warning you guys that this was not intended to be any kind of tutorial. This wasn't meant to be any kind of recommendation. We were simply doing it because we can, and we wanted to test if our theory was right, which I'll get into soon. I would never recommend putting all 4 mag perks on your Mercury LMG. The reason I did it was, of course, as I just said, but because the Mercury LMG really fell off hard when its 6th perk was nerfed. I say nerfed, meaning it now does what it's supposed to instead of way more damage, which I thought it was fine before, but we don't need to get into that. But the effect of that made it so that the Mercury LMG went from what I would consider like an S tier, top tier weapon, and now it's kind of like a B tier at best. I very, very rarely use it. I crafted one crit rating version of it before I changed the perks, and I don't really plan on putting it back, you guys. So yeah, now that we got our LMG set, we got 400 rounds in the mag. Oh, that is important to mention. Not only can we put 4 mag size perks on it, but its base mag size of 100 is, I believe, to be the highest mag size that any weapon has. The highest normal base mag size you can get in the game, I believe, is 100. I don't think there are any LMGs that can hold more than that. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know. Now that we've got our weapon, I mean, it's a perfect choice. As far as I'm aware of, it is, like, you can't get more than 400 shots in a magazine. Let's get into why I'm using Stars and Stripes Jonesy instead of Waste Not Whatnot. I think I only got one comment on this, which sort of surprised me. I kind of expected more people to be like, why aren't you using the 90% mag size buff? But maybe everybody watching just figured it out. The video only has like 300 views, so I don't think too many people were like super reading into this, but I don't know who that is. Okay. This guy is fundamentally flawed in a really annoying way, because personally, I like mag size. I use a mag perk, this guy, I'll get into that in a minute, pretty often. I like being able to shoot for a longer period of time, but the way that Light Show works is he has a 30% mag size buff in your support and a 90% in your lead. However, that percent applies to your base magazine. So if I can go back to my Mercury LMG just to illustrate, this thing has a displayed mag size of 430, and that's what you'll have in game. Of course, if I was using him in my support, which I am, it would be 430. If I didn't have him at all, it would be 400. So 400 mag size, but he only applies it to your base, which is 100. So he's only adding 30 bullets. And if he was in my lead, you would add 90 and I'd have 490 bullets, which is kind of a joke. He just completely ignores your mag size buffs. Now, coming back down to earth a little bit with a little bit more of a modest mag size like the Silent Spectre, having him basically brings my mag size from 52 to 61. 9 bullets, that's not worth an entire perk. I mean, maybe you might like it, but 9 bullets? Come on. So now let's talk about why we're using Stars and Stripes Jonesy in our lead, because this is unintuitive AF and awesome AF. So he has assault ammo recovery, which makes it so that 24% of your bullets have a chance to refund ammo. That I immediately wrote off. The first time I ever saw this as kind of dumb. I didn't have any problem crafting more ammo. It wasn't that expensive to me, so I just threw them in the collection book and forgot about it. But my friend Don, you know who you are, Don. He came in using this man as his lead, and he shot his typewriter for so long it made me question everything I knew. And he was like, "Yo, Beast, check this out." So what's actually happening here is 24% of the time, your bullets don't actually leave the magazine. So it fires, but it doesn't consume any ammo. So effectively speaking, your bullets or your weapons now have 24% more ammo in the magazine. And that also respects your mag size perks. So just off the top of my head, I'm going to round this to 25% just for the sake of the video. But if I got 400 rounds, rounding to 25%, I'd have now 500 shots extra. You know, it would just add on top of that, which is 500 rounds. This man in support is better than Light Show as your lead. That's a huge buff, but it gets better. The 500 shots means you're saving 100 shots. This 24% applies to those 100 shots. And then that'll save you, let me do some on the fly math, 76 shots? It'll apply to that as well. I'll save you all the math. Cthulhu, a friend of mine, he confirmed this for me. He has the real number, but the real number is you technically save 31.7. It's between 31 and 32, but it's closer to 32. It's about 31.5% chance to save all of your ammo. So basically speaking, I'm going to have to pull out a calculator now. 400 shots times the 1.315, whatever. You're basically getting 526 shots, which is a lot more ammo than you would get if you had Light Show in your support. But it gets better. So if you put him in your commander slot, it's 48%. And it doesn't double, it triples how much ammo it saves. If you multiply the 400 rounds in your magazine, or for the sake of the video with Light Show in the support, 430 times, 0.48, 0.48, 0.48, 0.48, then just add up all of those. That's how much you save. Again, I'll save you the math. 92.5% of your shots just don't end up consuming ammo. You add 92.5% more bullets, which means that 400 round mag just became just under 830, which is just, well, exactly what you saw in the video. And that's partially why we just had to test it, because to think that this guy had this, I guess, hidden bonus of 92.5%, it was a little too good to be true, but it absolutely is. And it's kind of, like I said from the very beginning, really unintuitive, because I forever told people that like 24% was how many extra shots you had, but that applies to the shots you save. So it's really closer to 31, and then the 48 is basically like a 92. And that is really, really something. So if you have somehow made it to the end of this video and you haven't watched the Mercury LMG video, go watch it. It's something else to see over 840 shots leave a weapons magazine without a single reload. I did say that the mag size would be just under 830. I might have done my math wrong, but, effectively, there is a chance there. So it's only 48% of your shots, which is an average kind of deal. So, you can save more bullets, you can save less bullets, your mileage will vary. We calculated about 122-second shoot time, and in reality got 125, so maybe I got a little lucky. I don't know, but what I do know is this is just a really, really fun loadout. So I would recommend, if you're the kind of person who really likes having a bigger mag size, use Stars and Stripes Jonesy. As I'm recording this, he's in the game right now. You can unlock him with a challenge. I've been using him since before he re-released because, like I said, I pulled him right out of the book as soon as I found out how good it was. He goes great with Mad Tidings because this bonus is directly dependent on how long you're shooting. So to have a bigger mag size helps a lot. And you can go coupled with your mag perk. So right before we close out the video, I want to give a real-life example. Like, I use a weapon like the Bobcat. 50 rounds in the mag, 87 if you have the mag perk. With Stars and Stripes Jonesy, that's a 30% of 50, which is like 15 bullets, so you'd only have like 15 extra shots. But with a 31%, it'd be 87 times 1.31, I'm rounding down here. It'd be about 114 bullets, so you're getting so much more out of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown. I hope you enjoyed the LMG video, because that kind of came out of nowhere and was super fun to make. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. And if you guys really enjoyed this video, you can check out some of these videos recommended here. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, look at that. That's a patron link right there. And these guys up here on the screen are people who support my channel every month for $5 or more. So appreciate these guys, and thank you.